Hello and welcome to Invitation to Puzzles, where we have a puzzle by PhoenixAki today, which combines several constraints, but in a nice sort of aesthetic pattern. So we've got it's called Swirlies, and you can probably guess why it is called Swirlies. So let's go over the rules. So we've got gray thermos, so we have to get strictly larger as we go up from the bulb to the tip here. Green lines are German whispers, so adjacent digits need to differ by at least 5, going along the German whispers. These are cages. They must sum to the total given, and so these sum to 13, these sum to 11. Note, some of the cages don't have totals in the rules here, and this is exactly what you should do if you ever set a puzzle like this. Say those cages are there for aesthetics only. Because if you have a cage in your puzzle and it does not have a total and it does not imply anything else by the fact that conventionally digits can't repeat in cages, people will ping you to ask why it is that you have left this puzzle or left this cage in the puzzle. But here it is clear why we have that. Cells connected by an X have to sum to 10. No negative constraint this time. And this is unfortunately a less than sign. I would never combine a less than sign with X's, but what can you do? Okay, so let's start with the German whispers boxes, which give me at least a little bit. Namely, there's a digit you can't put on a German whispers at all, which is 5. 5 is not at least 5 away from anything. And so the 5 in this box, and also the 5 in this box, they have to go in the middle. They have no other place to go. I see that we might be able to get some leverage out of a similar observation about 9s and thermos. Which is that 9 on a thermo can only go on the tip. So the 9 in this box, and indeed this box, and indeed this box, they're all vertical. And if I look here, actually, via the combined secrets of X's and thermos, I will see that this digit can't possibly be a 9 because it would put a 1 there. And just like you can't put a 9 partway along a thermo, you can't put a 1 partway along a thermo either. Also, via the secrets of less than signs, this can't be a 9 either, because if this digit was a 9, it would need to be less than something else, and that thing doesn't exist. Now, we know where all of the 9s, at least roughly, in rows 4, 5, and 6 go, because there's 3 of them, and we've marked that one of them is here in box 4, one of them is here in box 5, and one of them is here in box 6. And by an arrangement, which I usually call a Zach Wing, named after our channel mascot, Zach, who's always happy to have his name attached to things, you can actually ask yourself, okay, where does the 9 in row 5 go? And it's actually got to be there because it was ruled out of that corresponding place in these places. And if I don't put a 9 here in row 5, there just isn't a 9. Or in other words, here's a different way to say it. The 9 in row 5 is definitely marked because I know that I've marked all of the 9s in these 4 rows. Sorry, these 3 rows, and the only cell that's marked is that one. So there we go. So there's a 9. Now, the reason I thought that might be interesting was wrong, which is that I know that 4s can only go next to 9s along German whispers, but I don't think that's relevant here because the 4 can also only go at the ends of these things. So I don't have that right away. Okay, so what do I do with a 9 here? I mean, now, of course, one of these two is a 1. I guess I can repeat the process. So 1 in this box is in one of these two cells. And 1 in this box is in one of these two cells. And 1 in this box is in one of these three cells. Except we have the same thing where we know that within these three rows, we have corner marked 1 in all of the boxes. So the 1 in row 5 must be on a corner mark, and the only such place is there. And because it's slanty, I think you can't even claim that that's an X-wing. You have to, I believe, if you're one of the people who likes to argue that a Zach-wing and an X-wing are kind of the same thing. I think that is a true not X-wing, but is a Zach-wing. Okay, so that's a 1. Okay, what am I doing with this 1? Which, in a similar capacity, one might believe was going to be interesting with regards to the German Whispers, but I don't think it quite is. I mean, I know it's certainly not in the 15 cage for what it's worth. You actually know that both of these digits in this 15 cage are high, which is potentially interesting regarding the German Whispers, although I dare not try to say that it is too interesting yet. Of course, this less than sign now doesn't do anything at all. What are we now doing, having done that little geometry backflip there? Because I think there can still be a 6 as long as it's exactly there. Okay, maybe I'm supposed to go further and say, now I know that within this box, if I now ask where the 8 goes, maybe I'm supposed to now say, but the 8 can only go along the tip of one of these thermos now, so there's a vertical 8. And so neither of these digits is 8 or 9. That doesn't feel satisfying yet. Like, it doesn't feel like it doesn't feel like it's doing anything yet that I'm able to discern. And likewise, I could do 2 in one of these cells in this box. Do I know a similar thing about 2 in this box? No, I think the 2 in this box could go a bajillion places. Unfortunately. So that 2 is restricted, but I don't think it puts much restriction onto this. I keep trying to count highs in row 7, because I know there's a high in those two. There's 2 highs here. I keep trying to say this can't be high or something like that. Interestingly, if this was high, the only high it can be is 6. Because of the fact that this number here I know is certainly at least 4. I actually know this number is high. That feels like it can't possibly be useful, but maybe it is. Okay, I'm going to write this down. So this number, as far as I know, could be 4. If not, it's on an X, so it's not 5. So it's 6, 7, 8, 9. That doesn't look super useful. I'm trying to get things that look like they're related to German Whispers in some way. In this thing, we know that that's at least 2. So this is a minimum 2, 3, 4. And so this is at least 5. But of course, it's, again, not a 5 because of Sudoku. So this is a 6, 7, 8, 9. It's not that I'm just supposed to do Sudoku on 5s into this box, is it? No, I don't think so. If so, then I will be embarrassed Zeta face. I do see that there's some intrinsic tension with the world where this goes 1, 2, 3. Like, that breaks this line. So this number is at least a 4, but that doesn't feel like the point I'm supposed to be fishing for here. 8 is so interesting. Like, the geometry here feels very intentional. So it feels like I'm looking at the right thing. I just am not seeing the thing that I am supposed to do with it. And I know I've got to get 4 and 6 into this box. The somewhat unfortunate part about the whole I've got to get 4 and 6 into this box is that they could go at opposite ends of the same line as long as there's a 1, 9 in the middle. Normally, with this kind of deduction, I would hope that we'd get sort of like, oh, they have to go on different lines kind of business. And I don't think I even know how these whispers are related to each other. Like, as in, if I sort of yellow-purple color one of these, I don't think that I know if that is yellow or purple. I think it could go either way, which is unfortunate. The 2 highs here, the 1 there. I mean, I know the 1's not in this column in this whisper anyway because of the 4, 6, right? The 1 has to go in one of these cells, as does the 9. But they could be on the same side. It's possible I am resisting making corner marks or center marks too much here. Is there some interaction with this cage total? I mean, this always has a low digit in it, but I don't think that's super interesting. Yeah, I know these 2 highs go in these cells. They could go both there. Like these thermos that are mostly in a column with a whisper are a little bit restricted. I know there's a high digit in my 13 cage, no matter how I do it. I wonder if the 7 cage is supposed to be telling me something about 1, 6 somehow. Because I notice 1 and 6, which have to go next to each other. Well, 6 has to go next to 1. Those sum to 7. And 4 and 9, which have to go next to each other. Well, again, 4 has to go next to 9. Those line up over there. So, like, those totals both showing up is interesting. The 15 total is so loud. I mean, I guess I know this is high as well. For the same reason that was, right? It's at least 2, 3, 4, 5, but not 5, so 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's 3 of my high digits within this column at least. So now one of these is definitely low. Definitely low and not 1. For what it's worth. But they could both be low as far as I can tell. It's definitely a mystery. Oh, here's an observation. Where is 1 going in this column? And the answer is it can't go here or here, because if I put a 1 here or here by my previous observation about 4s and 6s having to go in this box, I can't put 4 or 6 in the box anywhere. So the 1 in this column is actually up here, which very cleverly manages to completely dodge that. Oh, I guess I also should mark, I know this is not a 9, so I know that's not a 6. I can't imagine that's being useful, but I should mark it since I have this anyway. So in that regard, these columns are not symmetrical, because here I know the 1 and 9 are over here in this column. Here, the 1's actually up here, although inconveniently it doesn't actually touch any of the cages that have totals. I have a feeling it is going to be something that I am going to slap myself on the head once I actually see what it is that I'm missing. I'm now trying to ask myself if this can really be 4, 3, 2, 1. That would, in that universe, end up being the 8. Oh, the question is just, where does 8 go in this row? That's the question. It's a very natural question. Given that I marked this 8 here, I was looking for something to pair it up with. But the 8 in this row is actually very restricted because it can't go in this box. And that is not far enough along a thermo for an 8 to go, because you need to dream up 2 numbers bigger than the 8. That's not an 8. So therefore the 8 is actually placed, making that a 2. Which actually makes that a 1. That's still tricky, though. I'm surprised this is listed as 1 star on LMD. I don't know if it does anything, but it at least gives me a little bit of something. Which is more than we have previously had. Okay, so also gave me this 2. Am I now supposed to ask where the 7 goes in this row? Because it's not going in either of these cells because of the location of the 8. 7's not going there because of the location of the 8. So now the 7 actually definitively goes in one of these 2 cells. And if that's true, that means the 8 definitively goes after it, and the 9 definitively goes here, which we already knew. So those aren't 7 or 8. Those are a 6-9 pair, which looks down here, making this a 7-8 pair. We have... and so now that's not the 7 and the 8, because if that was the 7 and the 8, it would break that cage. So that's the 7, the 8, and the 9. I swear this is like a 4-star puzzle, actually. That's now the 6, just by my pencil marks. Okay, that is not a 9. That's not an 8, so that is... Okay, this digit is now low, because it is not 7 or 8 by the row, it's not 9 by the column, so the only high digit it could be is 1. Or sorry, 1 is not high digit. The only high digit it could be is 6, but that would require 1 here, which we can no longer have. So these are low, and these are high. And we know that one's not 7 or 8, and it's not 6 either. If you look at it, it would go next to 2 1s, and one of the cells can't even be a 1. Which is a problem. Now we know within the box, the 9 always goes next to the 4. We know that's not the 6 because of the lack of oneiness there. I might as well mark one of these 2 is 6, which means one of these 2 is 1. I think that's immediately buying me anything. That does tell me that this digit's not a 6, because if it was, that would be a 4. So now this is either a 3 or a 6, just for what it is worth. Yeah, the 6 here doesn't really tell me anything anymore. Okay, this isn't 2, 9, for what it's worth. Oh, I had 9 corner marked into one of these 2 cells, and then I removed it from there, and I didn't actually fill it in there. It's probably worth doing. Try to see if there's any Sudoku on these digits that's bouncing around, begging me to look at it. 2 in this row, not quite. 9's up here somewhere. Could very easily be a 4-9 caged over here. Let's see. Okay, so 6 in this box, we know goes at the end of a whisper, but not in that column. So the 6 goes in one of those cells. So the 1's actually horizontal because the 1 goes next to it and looks over at that cell. Oh, wait. That doesn't. Oh, no, it does work if that's 1, 6. If the 1, 6 is here, I put a 1 and a 6 in this column. Because the point is, I now know this isn't a 1, 6 cage. This has got a 1, 6 looking at it. So this is either a 2, 5 or a 3, 4. And the 5 doesn't go there, so the 2 doesn't go there. So if there's a 1, 6 in this box, it's going to be over there or over there. One of these two cages just simply is 1, 6. I just don't know which one it is. I see something weird, which is that these can't be low. Because if these digits are low on this German whisper, just imagine where do they go in box 6? And the problem is they'd go there and there because these are the only two cells in this box that could be low, except that means that one of these two digits is 1, and we've already remarked we can't put the 1 in either of those cells. So these two are high. So these are low. We know that one's not a 4. We know that one's not a 6. We know that one's not a 1. That digit's not low for exactly... Oh, maybe it's not that it's not low. That digit's not 6 for exactly the same reason, or almost exactly the same reason, which is that if this... Oh, no, never mind, sorry. Nope, sorry. If this is 6, then that's 1, that's 9, and that's 4, and that's okay at the end of the day. Okay, here's a different way to do it. Where does this 7, 8 go in box 3? Well, by Sudoku, it doesn't go in any of these places. So that 7, 8 actually winds up here, which actually makes that not a 1 and that not a 6. So that is the 6, and that's the 1. This is the 9. Because it's a 7, 8, 9, and it's not a 7 or 8, which makes that the 4, because the 4, remember, always goes next to the 9. And this is a 2, 3. Let's see, that 4 looks down, so that's not a 4, so that's not a 3. Let's see, the 9 in this column we actually now know is down here in this cage. The 1 and 6 are here now, just by asking where 1 and 6 go in box 9. They go there. Let's see. I think I can now mark in this, because I think this is 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, running along this. Where does 2 go in this box? Is a very reasonable question to ask, because it could have gone there before, but it can't now because of that 2. So the 2 in this box now goes here. It's the only place it can go. It's the smallest digit other than 1 in the box, which does place a 2 over there. I know one of these is a 3. What's left in this row, just for the record? We've got the 1, 2. We need a 3, 4, 5, and a 6 and a 7. Sorry, not a 6. We've got the 6. We need a 3, 4, 5, and a 7. And this one's not the 4 or the 7. This is a 3 or a 5. Which gives me the world's weirdest 3, 5 pair in the column, placing a 2 over there and a 3 over there. 3 does not go next to 7. It goes next to 8. So we get that. this cell is certainly not a 3, because I need to go 1, 2, 3, which doesn't work for lots of reasons. This cell's also certainly not a 3. And so, in fact, in this row, that's the 3 we actually get. So that's 3, 5, 2 because of the cage. That's 4, 5. Okay, so one of these two needs to be a 3, because one of them is a number less than 4 that's not 2. Let's see, what is left in this row? We've got 1, 2, we still need a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay, so these are 3, 5, and 6. I don't think I know anything about that. Off the top of my head, at least. Oh, there's a 4, 7 pair in this box, very bizarrely. I don't quite know what to do with it yet. This digit, though, I can write in. I'm hoping it's something really juicy. Like a 4. Is a 4 really juicy? I'm afraid a 4 might not be what I would consider really juicy in this puzzle. These are a 9 and a 3. Would help if I wrote the right digit, possibly. Oh, I can just Sudoku 2 into box 7 now. Just by looking across there, that's the 2. Which must go next to the 7. Because the 7, remember, is not going on the 7's going on the inside of this line. Somewhere because of the 6 being on the outside. And so the 7, if it were on the inside, would need to go next to a 1 and a 2, which it can't be if the 2's over here. So that's the 7, which gives me the 4 and the 7 over there, which makes that a 3, makes that a 4 and a 6, gives me a 1 and a 6 over there. That finally gives me a 6 and a 1 over here. So that's an 8 and a 3. Looking at that. Let's see. Can this even be as high as 6? No. This actually has to go 5, 6, 7 because it's all that's left in the box. Let's see. This number is between 2 and 4, so it's a 3. That's a 5. A bad feeling I may have overcomplicated this puzzle significantly. Let's see. What is this? It's not 2, 9, 3, 8, so it's 4, 7. Let's see, this is a 9, I think. Yeah, that's a 9. What about this 11 cage? It's... Oh. There's a problem with my 13 cage, which is that my 13 cage does not add to 13. I did the 11 combinations. So let's do the 11 combinations again, and then we'll do things that actually add to 13, if that sounds okay with you. So this is not 2, 9, or 3, 8, or 4, 7. This is 5, 6, and we know the order. Okay. This is probably 4, 9, because it's not 5, 8, or 6, 7. So this is 4, 9. That's the 4. That's the 9. That is a 7. Let's see, what's left in this column? That is an 8. Only that digit, not both of them. Thank you. Okay, so what's left in this box? We still need a 1, a 2, and a 3, actually. 3, 1, 2. No sums to help us out over there. Let's see, in this row, we're missing a 5, and we're missing a 2. That seems helpful to note. What about this row? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so this is a naked 3, which makes that a 9 and a 3, which will help. These are a 4, 8 pair. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's too many digits. Oh, it's because I ignored the 4, 8 pair. Okay, that's 1, 9, 7. Not maximally useful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is what is left up here. This is not 2 or 7. That's not 1 or 5. That's not 5 or 7. And so the 5 is actually placed here, is what that combination of pencil marks is telling me. This is a 1-2 pair in the row. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are 6 and 9. And that is fixed. So 1, 7, 9, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1. 2, 3. One of these is a 4. Sure is. No, sorry. Neither of them is a 4. They're a 7, 8 pair. That's the 8. That's the 7. That's the 4. That's the 8. Okay. That is a 3 and a 4. Woohoo! Hope you didn't get too dizzy looking at the swirlies. That was intense for a 1-star puzzle. So I suspect that I missed some elementary thing by resisting pencil marking stuff or something. I'm not quite sure. I look forward to the comments, because I suspect the comments will tell me the thing that I missed. So let me know how this puzzle went for you. Let me know if you think this is a 1-star puzzle. And we'll be back next time on Invitation to Puzzles. Thanks, everyone, for watching. Bye for now.